Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pratarini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Okay, we are continuing chapter 20. Teachings of Queen Kunti, chapter 20. Krishna has a completely spiritual body, Sachidananda Vigraha. But we do not have the eyes to see what that spiritual body is. We are accustomed to seeing material, gross things, jada. We can see stone, metal, wood, and other elements. And because Krishna is everything, to be visible to our imperfect eyes, he appears in a form of these elements. It is not that Krishna is a stone or that we are worshipping stone. We are worshipping Krishna. But because we cannot see anything except material elements like stone, Krishna kindly appears in a form carved from stone. Therefore, one should be very much inclined to live within the circle of a temple environment in which the form of Krishna is worshipped. So please note that Krishna appears in a form. So which means that actually in a temple where there's Acha Vigraha, where there is the form of the Lord, um, which has been um, established by Acharyas, Krishna is personally present. Krishna is personally present. It's not like, it's not like something like some Krishna's energy, it's not, it's simply Krishna is present there. We cannot have any other conception. It's Krishna is present. That is why when very uh, advanced devotees, they see the form, they literally see Krishna. They don't see that it's a form in which say Krishna has manifested some energy or something. No, they just see there is Krishna. This is Krishna. So, which is why we should be inclined to live within a circle of a temple environment in which the form of Krishna is worshipped. Of course, now it might not be possible for everybody, but at least once in a while one should be present in such an environment where the form of Krishna is worshipped. Now, of course, Krishna also accepts worship in the form of photos. It's not like Krishna rejects that worship. So we should be in the circle of a temple environment, where there is worship happening and there is formal worship happening and nicely being done with love and affection. Mm, Such an environment we should be part of and we should engage in services. And that is the whole program for Grihasthas. Because actually Grihasthas will otherwise be so much attached to their family and social activities and this and that. They'll very easily lose themselves. Right. So it's very easy for Grihasthas to get attracted by a form, by worship. Normally, of course, nowadays everything is topsy-turvy, right? People don't even go to a temple. Um, but yeah, our attempt is to create these centers in as many places so that people can come and engage and be satisfied. Prabhupada always said that, a temple environment should be such that people will feel energized. People should feel that, okay, this is different from the outside world. Um, right. So that kind of environment should be created, and every devotee is responsible for that. Many times I've seen some devotees thinking that this is the work of just few people, right? They are managing, they are running the temple. Let them take care of it. No, but our temple is ours, right? So if temple is ours, because Krishna is ours, so temple is ours. So we also have to take responsibility and contribute in whatever may. A simple thing, if a person comes to the temple for the first time and somebody goes and greets him nicely, right? Suppose say someone comes to your home, will you neglect that person? No. That person comes, then you'll go nice, speak nicely to him, introduce yourself, ask about them, you know. Then so obviously then person will feel wanted. That person will come back again. But I've seen many devotees, they shy away from speaking. They don't want to speak to others. But this is, I mean, irrespective. Some people say, my nature is like that. No, no nature in Krishna. In Krishna consciousness, we should not bring this nature business. This nature business is out of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means raising above our nature. Mm. So it might be something might be difficult to do for us, but we should absolutely try because that is the environment. Because Krishna is there and he's seeing, oh, my some guests are coming to my house, my temple. Are my devotees taking nice care of them? Devotees are callous in their own world, not bothered who's coming, who's going. Did anybody take prasadam? Did they leave without prasadam? Then Krishna is not very pleased. So I've been telling this multiple times. Don't remain guests. Don't be guests in Krishna's house. Be servants. We all have to be servants. That is our constitutional position. In few days is okay. We don't push anybody to serve Krishna, right? But if we are constantly hearing, then obviously the service mood has to come. Moreover, one should always think oneself dependent on Krishna. See, this is also very important. Many a times, Prabhupada is saying this is Krishna consciousness, feeling just dependent on Krishna. Many times devotees feel they are all left to themselves, so I have to deal with my whole world myself, and there are so many problems and this and that. That they basically means that they are not Krishna conscious. They are not dependent on Krishna. So we should be dependent on Krishna. See, one should always think, without Krishna, my life is useless, and I'm in danger. Hmm. I am in danger without Krishna. Without Krishna, my life is useless and I'm in danger. Therefore, while offering her prayers to Krishna, Kunti says, Krishna, you're thinking that now we are safe, but I don't think we are safe. We are always in danger. If you think we are safe, who will give us protection? We have no protection other than your lotus feet. We are encircled by so many enemies because the sons of those who have died in the fight are now preparing to fight with us. This was a practical situation for Kunti Devi. For us also, we are encircled by 6 enemies. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So we should always seek protection from Krishna. And we should not think, oh, I am beyond all this. I'm not going to ask anything. No, when we are beyond all that, we will come to know. We should not. This is also another thing which devotees end up doing is artificially promoting themselves to higher levels without actually being there. Because this complete surrender has many other facets also, many other characteristics also. We should not like some devotees think, okay, I will not take medicine because I'll depend on Krishna. Not taking medicine is not depending on Krishna. It's making Krishna do our work, right? Of course, if your service is not affected, so let it be very clear. Once Prabhupada had a tooth pain, so much tooth pain, unbearable tooth pain. He didn't go to a doctor, but he did his own remedy because with the tooth pain, he's not able to do, speak, give classes, nothing. So Prabhupada also took medicine. Prabhupada also took care of his body because this body is for this in the service of Guru and Krishna. So it doesn't mean that we simply think, no, no, I'm so exalted that I want to topmost devotees. Okay, they will not even ask anything for Krishna, so I will also not ask. Okay, no problem. Then engage in service. Don't depend on others. Now we can't do all that because we are not at that level, and we should not artificially imitate. Right? We should not artificially. This is the worst thing to do: is to imitate very exalted devotees. Yeah, at our level, if we feel, yeah, I want protection, okay, we can beg for protection from Krishna. We don't have to, we should not go anywhere else. We can. And here Prabhupada is clearly saying, who will give us protection? If you think we are safe, we are not safe. Every moment we are in this world, there is danger. There might be physical danger, but more importantly, there is spiritual danger. The danger of us moving away, going away from Krishna consciousness. us getting stuck with some material stuff, right? So we have to seek protection every day. Chanting means this begging process. When we say give me service, what does it mean? Uh, Take me away from the service of Maya and engage me in your service. Today we are in the service of Maya. So when we are chanting Hare Krishna, we are praying, I don't want Maya service. I want your service, Krishna, Radha. So we have no other protection. We have to seek that protection. We have to become fixed devotees, mm, advance in our own spiritual lives, help others, more importantly, who will possibly be at the same stage that we were a few years back. Now, although Krishna had come to Kunti Devi to take the dust off the feet of his superior, his aunt Kunti Devi addresses him as Prabhu, the Lord, not as her beloved nephew. And this is also one, I mean, including myself. Uh, this we just call others Prabhu. We really don't mean it. We don't mean Prabhu. We will say Prabhu and then chastise somebody or say something bad. Then what is the use of calling that person Prabhu? So Prabhu means we should understand that you know he's the Lord, I am the servant. That mood has to be there even amongst devotees. That is why Prabhupada set up this process of calling others Prabhu. Right, and Mata also. This Mataji has become like some other, like just like some name, right? We don't really mean it when we are calling somebody Mata. So simply we'll say Mata Prabhu, but consciousness is not aligned to that. But Kunti Devi is not like that. She is actually addressing him as Prabhu. She knows, although Krishna is playing the part of my nephew, my brother's son, he is still the supreme master. So she was very clear. Her consciousness was very clear that he is the master. The symptoms of a really Krishna conscious person are that he knows that Krishna is the supreme master. He always thinks himself in danger without Krishna. And by taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, he always feels safe. Please note this. It's such a succinctly put statement, right? We should always think we are in danger and we have to take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. When we take Krishna's shelter of lotus feet, we are always safe. Krishna says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. You may declare to the world that my devotee is never vanquished. If one becomes a pure devotee of Krishna, there is no question of danger. And this we have already told. Pure devotee doesn't mean that we've already reached the stage of pure devotion. We are on the path of wanting to serve Krishna without any desires, self, selfish, motivated desires. Then there's no question of danger. Of course, Krishna gives protection to everyone, for without his protection, no one can live even for a single moment. But one should not think if Krishna is giving protection to everyone, what is the use of becoming a devotee? A king gives protection to every one of his citizens, for that is his duty. But he especially protects his own circle of men. This is not unnatural. If one directly engages in the service of the president, when one is in some difficulty, he is especially protected. Although the president gives protection to all citizens, those who personally associate with him, giving him service, receive special consideration. Simple. That is not actually partiality, that is natural. When a gentleman loves all children but has special love for his own children, no one will say, oh, why are you loving your own children more than the others? No, that is natural. Similarly, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu, I am equal to everyone. Krishna being God loves everyone because everyone is part of him. Nonetheless, he takes special care of his devotees. Therefore, he says, Kauntaya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. My devotee will never be vanquished. This is special care. This is special attention. This is why Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala. This Samaham Sarvabhuteshu, yeah, he is equal to everyone, but he's not taking special care, meaning he leaves it to people's karma phala at some level. Then somebody will come and surrender to him. And when somebody comes and surrenders to him, then he takes care personally. Right? Otherwise, he's just leaving it to his energies to take care. Mm. But he especially takes care of his devotees. Krishna always sees to the comforts of his devotees. See, Prabhupada writes such beautiful statements. And we should have 100% faith in these statements. Krishna always sees to the comforts of his, and I've said before also, devotee means pure devotee. Krishna always sees to the comfort of his pure devotees, and the devotees are always busy seeing that Krishna is satisfied. So this is the whole relationship, right? Devotees are always busy trying to satisfy Krishna, and Krishna takes care of the comforts of his devotees. The devotees dress Krishna, supply him food, and always engage in serving him. And similarly, Krishna always sees to the happiness of his devotees. See? So now we should understand, if we are not happy in Krishna consciousness, where is the issue? The issue is not with Krishna. The issue is not with Krishna consciousness. The issue is with us. And most of us actually suffer from this mind problem of the mind. And we put ourselves into difficulty unnecessarily. Unnecessarily. Either we are overthinking, we are underthinking, we are thinking in a complicated way, something, or we are being too sensitive, some some unnatural behavior we are affected with, because of which we are not happy. A pure devotee doesn't have time for all this. He is just busy serving Krishna. That's all. He doesn't have time. Okay, am I happy? Am I not happy? Is there pain, pleasure? He has no time for all that. And Krishna will take care of the happiness. And devotees, when they are engaged 24 hours in Krishna service, they are happy. They are absolutely happy. There is no question. This is the intimate relationship between the devotee and Krishna. Every living entity has a relationship with Krishna, but when one becomes a devotee, the relationship becomes intimate. It's so nice. Just statements like this. Oh, I can have intimate relationship with Krishna. It's such a, what can we say? I mean, what else can we aspire for? Just hearing statements like this, intimate relationship with Krishna. Obviously, next question should be, what should I do? I want this. I want this intimate relationship. What should I do? Hmm. Therefore, Kunti Devi says to Krishna, how can you leave us? We are your intimate friends. We are simply living by your care, by your mercy. See, this also, should have this mood. I'm simply living by Krishna's care, Krishna's mercy. Don't think that we are safe and that you can therefore leave us. Our life is always under your mercy, for we have no shelter other than your lotus feet. Kindly don't leave us. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, even if you kick me, I'm still your my Lord. Uh, this is Kunti's prayer. Similarly, Narottam Das Thakur sings, Ha ha Prabhu Nanda Sutta, Vrishabhanu Sutta Juta, Karuna Karaha E Bara. Krishna Nanda Sutta, you are present with Radharani, the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. Now I fully surrender unto you. Please show me your mercy. Koro, Karuna Koro. Give me mercy. Without Krishna consciousness, one thinks I shall protect myself, or my society, community, or state will give me protection. I have so many protectors. Why should I care for God? Why shall I go to Krishna? These rascals who have no protection go to Krishna. So we should always understand, saying that we are not dependent on somebody who is, say, paying us, or the doctor who is treating us, or, yeah, I mean, we might be engaged in somebody's service externally in this material world, or taking external help from somebody to fix ourselves so that we can fix our body, mind in service of Krishna. But we are not really dependent on them. We are actually dependent on Krishna. It takes many years of constantly beating ourselves, saying, I'm not dependent on the doctor. I'm not dependent on my boss. I'm not dependent on this person. I'm not dependent on that person. I'm just doing my service as required by Krishna. But I'm really dependent on Krishna. But the fact is that unless Krishna gives one protection, one cannot be protected. This is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Balasya neha sharanam pitarau Narsimha. When Prahlad Maharaj offered prayers to Krishna as Narsimhadev, he said, my dear Lord, one should not think that because a child has a father and mother, he has full protection. If Krishna did not protect a child, that child could not be protected, even if he were to have thousands of fathers and mothers. Prahlad also says, Nartasya chagadam udanvati majjato nauhu It is not that a good physician or good medicine can protect one from disease. Suppose a rich man is suffering from some disease and hires a first class physician and takes first class medicine. Does it mean that his life is guaranteed? No. If Krishna does not give him protection, despite good medical treatment and a good supply of medicine, he will die. You should understand this. So when we take some medicine and say it's giving us some result, immediately we should not think, oh, this doctor is good. Oh, this medicine is good. Okay, doctor is good, but who gave doctor the intelligence? Who actually protected us is Krishna. So immediately, first thing that should come to our mind, I am so worthless. Krishna is so merciful. He's still protecting me. He's still giving me better health. He's still giving me better prospects. Why? So that I can serve him more nicely. People who are working many a times. I used to do this very early years of my Krishna consciousness. Every year, whatever there is this appraisal, blah blah. So you get a salary increase. First thing we have to do is increase our share of contribution to Krishna, right? Because actually he has given that. He has given that more money. But we take that more money and make more material plans. Uh, so he is giving it. I did not get it. He gave it. He gave it why? Because so that I can use it for him. He's giving me a better body why? So that I can use it for him. He's giving me better whatever prospects why? Because I can use it for him. Similarly, Prahlada continues, one may have a good boat, but this does not guarantee that he will not drown in the ocean. If you do not protect him, he may drown at any moment. Nature offers so many difficulties, and although scientists may try to invent something to check these difficulties in the struggle for existence, unless Krishna gives one protection, one's inventions will be of no use. Hmm? So simply full surrender, that is this subject, that is this verse, right? Prabhupada has named this full surrender. So simply we have to just depend on Krishna, go on with our duties, go material duties, go on with our material services with full enthusiasm, with spiritual services with full enthusiasm, and simply depend on Krishna for protection. That's all. But we also have to use our intelligence. Many times, devotees tend to not use their intelligence. And we feel that, oh, I don't have intelligence. But please remember, intelligence also comes from Krishna. I've told this multiple times. If we simply become dependent on others, Krishna will say, okay, this person doesn't need me. It could be devotees also. This is also another illusion. We should not unnecessarily become dependent on devotees. We should just pray to Krishna. If we don't have intelligence, we should pray to Krishna. We should do also like, you know, sometimes, our body is not supporting us, but we still do some things which will actually make our body worse. That's of no use, right? We do something for 2 hours, then we have to take rest for 2 days. So we have to use our intelligence, depend on Krishna, but use our intelligence. Don't be blind. Oh, okay. Um, I'll do anything and everything and Krishna will protect me. And no, yeah, Krishna will protect you. But if you do something, suppose say somebody who doesn't have too much strength lifts like huge, one full box of books, then maybe back will pain, body will pain, something. He doesn't have the strength. No, you should not lift it. Simple. You should leave it to others who actually Krishna has given that kind of a body that they can actually lift those. Krishna might have given us some other service which will take care of that. So I see devotees don't use their intelligence. We have to use our intelligence. And at the same time, understand that we are under Krishna's protection. Mm. But we should not do things, we should not overdo things, or basically, I'm simplistically, we should just use our intelligence, figure out. Uh, we are not playing a T20. I keep telling this to everybody. We are not playing a T20. It's not a 20-over match. It's a 50-over match, or it's a test match, right? Which means that we have to do things. Krishna is giving us protection, but he also wants us to, discriminate, figure out what is right, what is wrong, do the right things, not do the wrong things. All this is also expected. Kunti Devi knows this, and therefore, although she's the mother of the great warriors, Arjuna and Bhima, she still thinks, although my sons are great warriors, they are not sufficient to give us protection. Nothing can give us protection but your lotus feet. This verse illustrates the position of a surrendered soul seeking the protection of Krishna. If we remain in this position, knowing that our only protector is Krishna, that our only duty is to serve Krishna, then our life is successful. So those who are struggling to surrender to Krishna, please read this verse multiple times, this purport multiple times. It's a really, I mean, I had read this many much earlier. I don't really remember all the, but it's a simply amazing book. This book itself is simply amazing. I should thank those devotees who asked me to speak on this book. This is really, I mean, it's so powerful. It's so powerfully presented. Hmm. So we'll stop here. Full surrender. That's what is expected. So we should all work towards full surrender. That's our immediate goal, is to give up this nonsense independence and fully surrender. Okay, anybody has any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, please tell.
Prabhu, you mentioned about not overdoing certain things when we are not like, capable of doing. So,
Hmm.
like, if we have this in our mind, like, won't we be in a comfort zone or not, like, trying to
Let
do any
Yeah,
austerity?
let me clarify this. So, thanks for asking that. So this is specifically not when. So for example, this is specifically for, say, those devotees who have a physical illness, for example, right? And they'll still run around, do everything, and then yeah, 1 2 hours service was done, and then 2 days they have to sleep. They have to take break from service. We should not do like this. But we should always go beyond our comfort zone. This I keep saying, beyond our comfort zone. But we should not break ourselves, right? So comfort zone means the way going. You see, there are two levels of surrender. Okay, let me put it that way, right? There are certain devotees who are just ready to take up anything and nothing affects them. They'll just go on, right? Like, okay, 2 hours, 2 hours, I did some hard work which I cannot, but tomorrow service is not stopped because body, mind, everything is fully aligned and they just go on and on and on, right? They are exceptional devotees. But we should also think whether we are in that exceptional category or not. Even this surrender, no, for example, like what you're asking, some devotees going beyond comfort zone, they just jump like 10x, they jump, they take up things 10x beyond their ability, and they are so surrendered, and that Krishna will empower them, Guru will empower them, and they just do it, and nothing is stopping them. Then they go on. It depends on us. It depends on our mental state. It depends on our physical state. So we have to draw the line, right? And some others will be like, oh, okay, this is my comfort zone. Maybe I don't even inch outside. I won't even go 1 inch outside my comfort zone. Such people obviously have to do that. Now, this is the reason why there is a need for a spiritual authority. A spiritual authority knows whether I should push this person, whether I should hold back the person. For somebody, push is required. For somebody, we have to hold back because the one who is not moving at all from his position, he needs to be pushed. The one who is overdoing it beyond their ability, he has to be pulled back. Because the spiritual authorities, they have experience, they've seen it, they've done it, they know, okay, this person is never going to make progress because he's just like literally sleeping. And this other person is simply overdoing it, he's going to burn out, right? In the short term, long term, he's going to burn out. So this decision is not independent, and that is why when somebody who's, first of all, this is another thing which I've been hammering, I'm going to continue to hammer, right, is the need to find a spiritual authority and surrender to that person, right? And of course there's qualification, there's evaluation, there's discrimination, all this needs to be done. But if we don't surrender, because if we won't surrender to our guru, right, guru is there, he's, yeah, they are speaking, we are hearing their vani, but who's going to force us to surrender? Nobody, right? So if we don't even have a local representative who's going to, like Prabhupada always said, why is person Bhagavat, book Bhagavat, like to twist the ear. So if somebody is not there to twist our ears and put us on the right path, then we are not going to make progress. So anybody who is serious about Krishna consciousness, about making progress, real progress in Krishna consciousness, have to surrender to an authority. And surrendering basically means many devotees, oh, my authority should come to me. Uh, who is in need, right? And recently we had one difficult situation with a devotee, and this was the expectation, saying that, oh, spiritual authority said something, so let the spiritual authority come to me and apologize. And then that person had to be told in like very clear terms, saying that in ISKCON, not only in ISKCON, in the spiritual world, there is something called spiritual authority, and spiritual authority doesn't come down. We have to go to the spiritual authority. Tulsi Saligram Vivaha is coming up, and Tulsi had to come to the material world just because she transgressed authority in the spiritual world, right? So, first of all, we have to have authority. We have to identify an authority, right? Otherwise, we can be directly in touch with our guru if that is possible. Absolutely, that's the best thing to do. But many times gurus in ISKCON don't have time for each and every individual devotee, right? So then they say, I recognize it. And spiritual authority is meant only for spiritual progress, not for material things, right? Material things is your lookout. But yeah, if suppose say what is the spiritual authority's concern? Okay, is this person chanting 16 rounds? Is he or she reading books? Then is engaging in services, making progress, right? That's all. That's all is the is the area of operation for a spiritual authority. And we should go to the spiritual authority, show our sadhana chart, discuss the challenges that we are facing, ask how I can make progress, or tell them saying that, like, see, I'm stuck here. What should I do? This is the initiative has to come from us. Yesterday, I was talking to Mother Gaurang Prabhu, who is my authority, and he was saying that in ISKCON, the process is whether it is my work or the my spiritual authority's work, the junior has to go to the senior. So let me clarify this. So suppose say I want to get some, I have some, I need something or I need some guidance. So obviously I will go to that person, right? And I'll ask my spiritual authority, I'll seek guidance, etc. But now suppose that spiritual authority has some work from me, right? The spiritual authority has some work from me. I should not expect the spiritual authority to come. Like, for example, somebody has said, okay, I want you to, can you please deliver these books to this place? Right now, I won't now say, okay, I'm waiting because he did not tell me the address. No, it's not his job to tell me the address. He's told me something, and it is my job to figure out and like, get it done. Right. So we have to understand this. This is a very, very important concept. And this is why today people take initiation from Guru and they have no idea what is the relationship with the Guru. Right. And so it's good if there is somebody locally who is helping us to actually come to this position of surrender, understanding what is the role of a spiritual authority, surrendering to them, taking guidance. And many devotees are not open. They don't want to share. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. They're not going to make progress. They're not going to make progress. Many devotees don't want to put their real self in front of their spiritual authority. So they don't really go about finding a spiritual authority at all. They want to just remain free. I'm a free bird. And they laugh at people who have authorities and say, see, you're, and especially like, yeah, tough people like me, people really, why you want, to go? He's anyway crazy. He's going to, too strict and this and that. And just remain like me. See, I'm so free. I can do whatever I want. If I like this, I'll do. If I don't like this, I will not do. We're not going to make progress. Okay. So to answer your short question, the long answer or the short answer is that is decided by the spiritual authority, not by ourselves. And then we will make progress at the right pace, at the right quantum, at the right speed, everything.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Anything else? Anybody? Okay. Thank you very much. We'll close here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo. Gauti Vaishnavi Nikita. Hare Krishna.